don't play me, just know that I'm not one of them. Feel like I don't know you, don't come around, no invaders, Take your best shot at me, better go up over rim. Pick you up, throw you back down like I do in the gym.
It's your boy Noto. Come to another video, come to another podcast, man. And in today's podcast, we're going to discuss the best way to make any woman obsessed with you. If you're new here or you already been here, go ahead and click that like button, go ahead and comment, go ahead and subscribe, click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. And without further ado, let's go and get into the video, man. Now, when I say the best way to make any woman obsessed over you, I'm not just saying it's going to work on any random woman. It's not going to say that it's just going to be set in stone or nothing like that. What I'm going to do is just detail my experience and show you the patterns that I've always seen every time it's happened for me. Women have gotten obsessed over me and all that. And I'll just detail it the way it's always happened. It seemed like these same patterns always happened every time they would become obsessed over me. And until this point, I have some women now at this point in time in my life now that typically want to avoid me simply because they want to avoid becoming more obsessed over me. So they don't want to be attached to me anymore. So they have to really avoid me in order to get over me. They've actually told me that I had to distance myself from you because I was getting deep feelings for you, and I know that's not what you wanted. So now, yeah, I got about 3 women avoiding me simply because of that. Whether you want to believe that or not is totally up to you. I'm not here to try to prove anything. I'm just here to share my experiences, and that's how it is. The best way to make any woman obsessed over you is first, and the best way ultimately is to create that emotional attachment. That is the best way. That's the ultimate best way. But when some ask like, Noto, how do you create that emotional attachment? So the way it's always gone for me was usually when typically we'll meet or whatever, they'll like what they see, which is very important. They'll like my physicality. They're gonna have to be attracted to you some way, shape, form, or fashion, or whatever. And usually, whenever it came to the date or whatever meetup we ever had, initial from the first times, from the when we first meeting up and stuff like that, first talking, first dialogue that we have, that is a very key important part too, because that helps them become more comfortable with you. So the more comfortable they become with you, as they converse with you, the more comfortable they are around you overall. Because remember, women make more love to your mind. They want to get more. They're more intellectually stimulated more than we are, more so than we are. When it comes, we are more focused on the body. We're more focused on getting with them, but they're more focused on getting to know the person. Even though they do want to have sex as much as men, but they're still more intellectually moved. They want to know more about you psychologically. So they want to get to know you. So that will help them gauge what kind of person you are and what category they're going to put you in as far as how they're going to deal with you. So once you make them feel more comfortable and you put yourself in the position of, okay, yeah, in that bracket of the attractive, and the attractive bracket that she's going to put you into, if she finds you attractive and you're making your seduction, you're making like advances, making flirtatious, keeping it masculine, of course, but at the same time flirting, seducing her at the same time, but intellectually stimulating her and psychologically stimulating her and emotionally stimulating her by, getting to know her. And all that can happen in just one little simple conversation, just by her getting to know you. That happens usually, I say typically in about 30 minutes or something. Like, it's always happened for me like that. We'll have like little simple conversations about the past. We'll laugh and they get more comfortable. And then they start making advances to holding on to you and start touching on you. And, usually that's when it usually happens. But what I'm saying is, what really seals the deal for this though, what really seals the deal after they get comfortable, because the reason I said they have to be comfortable for you, because this next step, once they get to the point of they want to go into bed with you, then yeah, that's when you have to perform. That's when you really, really take it to the other level. That's where the attachment is really developed at, in the bedroom. But you have to get them comfortable enough to even let you lead them there. You see what I mean? So once you get to the bedroom, you're gonna have to perform. Definitely, definitely perform and talk to her while you're taking her through that, while you're taking her through that climax as well. So just give her a good time, you know what I'm saying? But just don't be like a bunny and just pump it through it and pump it through it and pump it through it. Give it to her, of course. You know what I mean? Give it to her, but at the same time, make it some, make some deep quality skippity paps. Like I say, I get it from Tony Baker. But like I say though, just make it a little passionate. Even if you're only trying to make love to the girl, nothing like that, you don't have to do it like that. But make it a little bit more passionate. Don't just try to rush through it. Let her get hers. You know what I mean? And do it like that. But at the same time, that emotional attachment can be involved after you guys end up having sex after that. And the better it is, the harder it is for them to get like gauge in their brain. It's like, dang, it's this. Even if y'all upset before that y'all are just gonna be friends, her mind is thinking a whole different thing because she's thinking about all of that before too. That, remember, like I said, it's better if the person can get along with the person that she's attached to. She can be obsessed and hypnotized by the D, but it's much better if she's more hypnotized by your mind and combination with the D, which creates a stronger emotional attachment because it's somebody that she's compatible with and somebody that can put it down. So she can take you out of public and or whatever, whether or not y'all be out in public together or not either. I mean, there's some girls I wasn't out in public either, but she was still very, very attached to me. It was a woman that was married with me. You know what I mean? Married that was that I dealt with that was married. That was like that. So she definitely had to avoid me because she was ended up talking about divorcing her husband and all that. And I was like, no, don't. I'm not on that because I'm not about to assume his role. So stay over there and do your thing. But that's how powerful that can be. It'll switch their brain off to thinking, dang, now they're in a internal emotional and psychological warfare with themselves because now they're trying to determine whether they want to take it far with you, and now all these thoughts coming in their head of, dang, I want to keep this around. I don't want to share this. That's when that crazy voice. It's almost like, how the good voice, the crazy voice, but that's their crazy voice speaking to them, telling them like, dang, this is so good. It's so good. You're hitting on these types of levels, but once you put it down in the bedroom, that psychological warfare happens for her. That's why when women make more love to your mind, you might be hitting her good, you might be getting yours or whatever, even if you're getting hers, but you might be getting yours, but you're more focused on her. But when she gets it and when she climaxes, she's more thinking about the person that's doing it rather than the climax itself. So that in combination with that will have her be, okay, I'm not just obsessed with I'm not just obsessed with the work but the actual product. I'm actually obsessed with the culprit who created the product, who the product is attached to, rather. So you, that's the psychological warfare that she's going through. Now she's thinking about, damn. Now, like, and then the thing is, the more time you guys spend too. So if you end up coming around more frequently, that'll help strengthen that. So that's how you advance from that. That's how I notice how I advance from that. Because after I put it down, usually hang out and do stuff like that. I'll come around frequently, hang out, and we'll watch movies together. And that little quality time right there, you might be thinking, oh, y'all just chilling. To her, that's extremely quality time because you think about it. You just hit her on a psychological level, you hit her emotionally. Now she's thinking about you, and once you put it down in the bedroom, now she's physically satisfied by you. She's physically hypnotized by you. Now she's physically obsessed by you. Now she like the D, love the D. That strengthens the other attachments that will be created through the emotional and the psychological way that she sees you. So that strengthens that for her, for you. So now that you didn't put it down, now she's everything, little things she do. She like, now it's like, okay, now she want to start cooking for you. Now, oh, what's that show you watching? I mean, she probably don't even like anime or something like that. She probably don't even like watching stuff about military guns or whatever you're interested in and watching. Now all of a sudden she's taking an interest in everything you want to do. Now all of a sudden, like, now, yeah, she wants to get to know everything that you like to do. She will everything you like to do, she like to do. It becomes that way. I've noticed that. Like she things that she'll watch with me, those women will watch with me, they won't get caught dead watching alone. They end up watching seasons of anime that they said they never watched, that they said was for kids. Why you watching that? You was kids. But after a few times hanging out, they binge watching whole anime series with me. So it goes like that. They become emotionally attached, and then with more time they spend, why you think that when a woman is trying to get over a man, they try to distance it because time heals all. It really is might seem like a cliche thing, but time really heals all. And when the more time they spend away from you, the better chances they have of getting over you. So that's why when the more time is spent with you, it's harder for them to gauge whether, like, dang, they can't really stay friends like that. Even the ones that's cool as hell, but like, damn, would have been cool. Like, damn, you can establish from the beginning. I had a hour conversation with one chick saying how we gonna be friends and this and that, but the feelings always creep in for the woman. They always do, no matter what. They could be the coolest one. They could be down with it for weeks, months, whatever. But eventually, you putting it down, they see it more as an emotional thing, and it's psychologically, they do a psychological, it has psychological warfare with themselves, and they make more love to your mind and who you are, and they associate what you're doing to them to who you are. So that's why it's hard for them. And that's how they become obsessed with you, even if they don't want to. They can want to keep it at a friendly basis. They can want to not take it forward you. They can want to not complicate things. That's what always complicates things. That's why they say that you can't really be platonic friends and all that. And if y'all are smashing and stuff like that, because of how women see it. And it's not always the women either. The man can become attached as well, but it's more strong to them because they evaluate things more on the emotional end, and they make more love to the mind, and they become more attracted to the person that's creating the force that is causing them to climax, rather than the product. So it's almost like saying that I like playing Xbox, right? I like to play the controller. Like, the man will be obsessed with, oh, the controller design is really nice. The design is extremely nice. I'm liking this or whatever. But the woman, how they will see it is, oh, they say the design is very nice, but the creator of the design is even better. So he's almost saying, so you as a man, you consider the controller as your digging stick. Shout out to Stephen Cole. And the woman will see your controller, and she will be more obsessed with the person that it's attached to rather than it itself. So that's why they'll be like, no, she just attracted to the D, and that's it. That's never true. It's never true. They can say that. They will say that, but it's never true. It's never true. They always become emotionally involved with the person that it's attached to, rather than just the product. But anyway, I don't want to take it any further than that. I feel like I've gotten it there. Pretty much got the gist of it, and that's the patterns I've always saw. Whenever a woman end up getting obsessed with me, and whenever they say they got to get over me, maybe I need to distance myself from you because I'm feeling this type of way, and you don't want this and you want that. Then when you start hearing stuff like that, that's when, okay, we got to start distancing ourselves. And I'd be like, well, that's another one gone. Thought she was cool. I'd be like that, because I was getting to the point where I was getting used to it after those, especially after that first one. Taught me a big lesson about that. So anyway, it's your boy Noto, coming to you another video, coming to you another podcast, man. If you're enjoying the content, go on to click that like button, go on to comment, go on to subscribe, click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. Remember, guys, anybody can improve themselves. They want to work at it. I'm out.
They be like, oh, so you rapping now? I line them up with the bars and I punch them like Pacquiao. Look at the L's and I'm passing out. I ain't the best, but I'm on my way up there without a doubt. I was pathetic and hella broke, learning from poverty just like a sponge. I just got a soak. Down on my luck, but I got a stroke. Nigga, I'm high on my life like I snorted a nano coke. Nigga be saying